this training is going to show you how to work your list, how to come up with your list. When you start this business, you want to share this opportunity with everyone that you know. Well, usually when we tell people to make a list of 100, they're like, well, I only know like 20 people. That's not true. You know more than 20 people. So I want you all to write your paper, have your pen and your pad ready. I'm going to ask you some memory jogger questions. And as I ask you these questions, I want you to write down the first person that you think of. And if you have several people that come to mind, write their names down as well. Okay. What I don't want you to do is to second guess yourself. Don't say to yourself, oh, well, I'm not going to write this person down because they're not going to be interested. Don't do that, because I'm also going to teach you how to grade and filter your list and how to put them in a category. Okay. So the first question that I'm going to ask you to jog your memory is, who do you know that is dissatisfied with their job? Who do you know that is dissatisfied with their job? So go ahead and write down all the people you know that hate their job. Okay. Keep writing, keep writing. Okay, so now my next question. Oh, Lorraine, you're on. Thank you, Lorraine. All right, so my next question is, who do you know that is money motivated? Go ahead and write everybody down that you know who is money motivated. Who do you know that's money motivated? Okay, now the next question is, who do you know that owns a business? Who do you know that owns a business? All right. You should, and I want you to think of everybody, whether they own a traditional business, maybe they're a Mary Kay rep, maybe they're a barber, they cut hair or they do nails, they sell oils, they're the Zumba instructor, right? That's a business. Think about who does your taxes. Add them to your list. Who does your hair? Add them to your list. Who sold you your house? Who do you know that needs extra income? These are all memory joggers. So keep writing. Who do you know that's retired? Who's your best friend? And if your best friend has siblings over the age of 18, write them down too. Your aunties and your uncle or uncles, write them down. Who do you know that works nights? Who do you know that's in the military? Who's your doctor? Who works at your bank? Who did you go to high school with? So I want you all writing, writing, writing. Who do you know that's a teacher? Who do you know that sells insurance? All right, so far, based on the questions that I've asked you, how many people do you have on your list? I want you to type that in the comments. Hi, Davina. So I want you to type that on in the comments. How many people do you have? Who do you know that has children in college? Sandra has 12. Good job, Sandra. Good job. Keep going. Who do you know that has kids in college? If you live in an apartment, who manages the apartment complex? Who do you know that does volunteer work? Who do you know that has two jobs? Who do you know that likes to buy nice things? Who's that person that always has to have name brand this and name brand that? Add them to your list. Who do you know that needs a new car? Who calls you at home? Some of us don't think about that, right? Who calls you at home? Who watches your children? Who plays sports? Now, if you went to high school and let's say you played sports in high school or you were in some type of club, who was in that club with you? So these are all examples of memory joggers, and you can go on Google and Google memory joggers, and there'll be tons and tons of examples of lists of memory joggers that you can use to help you, but not just help you, help your new business partner. So when you get a new business partner, you want to sit down with them just like I'm here with you and ask them these questions to help jog their memory, right? If they live in Florida now, but they say they used to live in New York, ask them, who was your neighbor in New York? Who was your best friend in New York? Who did you go to the movies with? Who did your hair in New York, right? Help them to remember different things about where they used to live. Um, so now, after you have made your list, and you want your list to be a minimum of 100 people, right? A minimum of 100 people, and your list is going to be ongoing. So as you're out and about and you're meeting new people, add them to your list, right? If you go out to a party and you meet a new person, exchange contact information with them. Ask them if they're on Facebook so that you guys can, and literally pull out your phone. That's what I do. Pull out my phone and say, are you on Facebook? Let's keep in touch, right? And you add them to the list. And I don't always go out to recruit prospects, but while I'm out, I'm always recruiting, right? I always have that builder's mindset. Just today, I went to the Sprint store because to get my 8-year-old a phone, right? Because I don't want him outside the house and I can't reach him. So that's a whole nother conversation. But as I'm in the Sprint store, the guy had asked me, I don't even know how the conversation started, but he asked me, he said, well, what do you do? What do I do for a living? I'm like, oh, I'm glad you asked, right? And so I was prospecting him, right? And so I have a call with him at 9:30 tonight. So he's someone that I'm going to add to my list, right? So you always want to continue to add people to your list. Now you're going to grade your list, right? So you have your list of 100 people, and now you want to grade them. You want to put them in a category. So the first thing that you're going to do to grade your list is they're going to get a number, a 1, a 2, or a 3. So I want you all to look at the first person on your list, and if that person looks up to you, they're going to be a number 1. So I want you to put 1 and then slash, because we're going to put a second number in there, okay? So if they look up to you, they're going to be a number 1. If they are considered your peer, they're going to be a number 2. And if you look up to them, they're going to be a number 3. So take that first person on your list and ask yourself, do they look up to me? Are they my peer? Or do I look up to them? And then whatever number they are, you're going to put whatever that number is slash. And then I'm going to show you how we're going to break down that second number. Okay. Lorraine says she always adds people to her list daily. She has about 1,000 on her list. That is an amazing list, Lorraine. Awesome. Awesome. All right. So next, once you have that category, now we're going to break them down using C.H.A.M.P.S. And I'm going to see if I can go on here and share my screen and show you. Oh, no, no, no. Where is C.H.A.M.P.S? I know where C.H.A.M.P.S is. So C.H.A.M.P.S, and I want you to write this down. The C in C.H.A.M.P.S stands for children, meaning does your prospect have children? And if they do, you're going to give them a point for that, for having children, right? The next one is H, homeowner. Is your prospect a homeowner? If your prospect is a homeowner, they're going to get a point for that. So I'm going to go over here to the files section because I did a training on C.H.A.M.P.S. Let me see. There's a lot of information in here. Here we go. Can you all see my screen okay? Creating your list of 100 people. Use a memory jogger to help you. So this is right in our file section of Team Lux. Look, who lives across the street from you? Who owns a restaurant? The coach on your child's baseball team. Okay, so here's C.H.A.M.P.S. All right, so C, does your prospect have children? H, is your prospect a homeowner? A stands for age over 25. Is your prospect over the age of 25? If so, you're going to give them a point. Is your prospect married? If they are, you're going to give them a point. Is your prospect employed? Are they a professional? If yes, you're going to give them a point. And does your prospect have influence? Do you consider them successful? If yes, you're going to give them a point. So if your prospect has all of these, they are a number 6. So then that second number is going to be a 6. So let's say your prospect is someone that you look up to and they have a 6 score with C.H.A.M.P.S, then they're going to be a 3/6. If they only, and let's say they're your peer, then they're going to be a 2/5. Okay, you guys following me with that? We're good? All right. So why is it that we want people who have children? If you have children, you understand responsibility. That's why we're always looking for people who have children. Homeowners, again, if you own your own home, you're going to be most likely open to looking at a business opportunity because you have expenses with that home, right? If something goes wrong in your home, you don't get to call the landlord to say, come fix this. You are the landlord, right? So we love people that are homeowners. Over the age of 25. Well, why are we looking for people over the age of 25? Because of a sense of maturity. Do you remember what type of person you were at 25, right? All you thought about was having fun and partying. And it's right around that 25 mark that you're like, all right, I'm over the whole club thing. I'm about making money now, right? You finally have grown up and matured, and now you're more focused on your future. So that's why we're looking for people over the age of 25. Why do we want married people? Because now we get a 2-for-1, right? Even if, let's say, the wife is the only one that signs up with the business, she still has access to her husband's network, right? And then she has access to her own network. So now that's 2 networks that you have access to when you are signing a married couple. And then professional. We're looking for people who have a job, basically, right? Because can they afford $200? And usually most people can come up $200, but can they afford $60 a month? I always say that our target market is the upper middle class. We're looking for nurses and teachers and doctors and lawyers and real estate agents and insurance brokers and other business owners, people that are in management or supervisory positions. We're looking for people who want to upgrade their lifestyle, right? They have money, but they don't have a lot of time. They want that time freedom. They want that personal freedom. I like to give the example of, the single mom with 4 kids, right? And she's working 2 jobs. She's struggling and, living check to check. Could she benefit from this business? Absolutely. But can she afford the business? Probably not. If she needs this business to feed her family, she's not the person that we're looking for. Why? Because when it comes time for that $60 a month auto charge for her business, she's probably going to go on credit hold, right? And we don't want credit holds, right? Now, take a nurse, right? A nurse that has 4 kids. Nurses work 12-hour shifts, most of them, right? So this nurse, she's overworked, she's in time debt. She makes good money, she's a nurse, but she doesn't have time to spend with her family. She doesn't have time to travel. She's someone that can afford the business, and she's looking for a business to upgrade her lifestyle. So a nurse is going to be perfect for this business. So you see the difference? So successful. Why are we looking for people that are successful? We're looking for people who have influence, right? Think about this. If a homeless person came up to you and said, hey, I have this great opportunity where you can make a lot of money, you're going to be like, but you homeless, right? That homeless person is not the evidence of success for you. So you're not going to listen to anything that they're saying, right? But if, let's say, that nurse, right? The nurse, she went to nursing school, she works with doctors, she saves lives. If she comes to you and says, hey, I have a business opportunity I want you to take a look at, you're going to take that nurse seriously, right? She is considered successful in your eyes. And guess what? Successful people hang around other successful people. So now you're going to have access to her network as well. Does that make sense? All right. So next, once you given everybody on your list the grading of 1, 2, or 3, and then their grading from C.H.A.M.P.S is going to be 0 through 6, then next you're going to put them in a category. Now I'm wondering, and I'm going to pull this up for you guys. All right, let's see. Working your list. Here you go. All right, so I'm going to make this bigger so you guys can see it. Okay, so working your list. So you've graded them. Now you're going to put them in a category. One of the categories is friendship. So this is going to be anybody that you have an existing friendship. This is all for your warm market, right? These are not strangers. These are people that you know. And just to go back a second, everybody that's in your phone should be on your list, right? So that's another place that you want to start. Everybody that's in your phone should be on your list, right? So a friendship, anybody that you have an existing friendship with. The next category is curiosity. So think about those people who are, they know everybody. They're the go-to person. They're the person who's in everybody's business. They're the person that if you needed, someone to fix your fence, you're saying, you know what, let me call so-and-so because I'm sure they know someone. That's that curiosity person. They know everything and they make it their business to know everything. So categorize your list, curiosity. The next category is need. Need is anybody who you have heard say that they have a need for something. For example, you may have heard a friend say that, they're getting ready to buy or they're wanting to buy a new house, right? And of course, with buying a new house, you got to pay off the stuff on your credit report. You got to come up with the down payment. So that's someone who has expressed a need, or maybe someone saying that they need to buy a new car, or they need to get their finances together because their kid's about to go to college, right? or they need to pay off some debt, whatever it is. If you listen, and people are always complaining about something, but now you want to pay really close attention to what people are complaining about, because where there's a need, we can fill it. And then the last category is greed. I love this one, right? Greed. That is that person that is money motivated. So think about your list. Who on your list is money motivated? They're that person that always has that side hustle, right? Maybe they're in that, what's that, Etsy thing where they make stuff and sell it, right? They're making wigs, right? They're selling oils. They cut hair on the side. They're eBay people, right? They sell stuff on eBay, or they have an Amazon store, or they do babysitting, or they do daycare in their home. Who is that person that you know that is motivated by money? They're going to fall in that greed category. All right. So now you have your list, right? And again, go back to the first person on your list. Which category would you put them in? Friendship, curiosity, need, or greed? Okay. All right. So now you've graded everyone, right? There are 3/6. There are 2/5, and then now you put them in category. Now I'm going to show you exactly who you want to target first. Anybody who is a 3, meaning you look up to them. That is where your money is. That is the shark. That is the person that is most likely going to be open to this opportunity. And those successful people that are the number 3s, guess what? Their network of people are successful. So now you're going to have, if you can get that first one, now you have access to their network of 3s. Okay. Now, so we're going to hit the 3s first. The next one is going to be that slash is your 6s, meaning they got a scoring of 6 through the C.H.A.M.P.S scoring, right? So now you want to go after, the first people you want to go after are your 3/6s. You guys following me? Your 3/6s are the first people that you want to contact. Then you want to go to your 3/5s, 3/4, 3/2, 3/1, right? And then once you hit all your 3s, right, you go through all your 3s, then you can go to your 2s, your peers, right? So then you're going to hit your 2/6, 2/5, 2/4, right? So you're going to eventually work through your entire list, but you want to go after those high scoring people first, and then we'll make it down to the rest of the people. So let's say the first person on your list, they are a 3/6, and they fall in your friendship category. So here's an example of a couple of scripts that you can use for your friendship people in your category. Now, what I want you to do is don't focus on the words that I'm about to say in the script. I want you to focus on the concept, right? Because I don't want you to sound all phony. These are your friends. You know how you speak to your friends, but I want you to understand the concept. And the other thing that I want you to always do so that you don't get cornered and have your prospects asking you a whole bunch of questions, always be in a hurry. Always be in a hurry. So when you call them, you say, hey, I don't have a lot of time, but I wanted to reach out to you real quick. If you start your conversation with that, then they're going to understand that now is not the time for them to ask you a whole bunch of questions, right? Well, what is it and how does it work? And right? I don't have a lot of time, but I wanted to reach out to you real quick. So if they're your friend, an example is, if I found a way to make enough money for us to become totally debt free, would you tell me? If I found it, would you want me to tell you? That's something that you can say to your friend. Your friend's going to be like, heck yeah, of course I'd want you to tell me, right? And then you say, great, when are you available for a phone call? I have something I need to share with you. And so you set the appointment, you send them the video, and you get them on a 3-way call with your expert, right? Another example that you can use with someone that's on your friendship list is, again, you call your friend, hey, listen, I don't have a lot of time, but I wanted to reach out to you real quick. Would you do me a favor? I just got involved in a business that I'm very excited about. You know, I respect you. Would you take a look at the business and let me know if you see the same potential that I do? Now, if they're your friend, they're going to be like, absolutely. Friends do friends favors, right? You never want to ask your friend, what do you think? Never say that to anybody. We don't want anybody to give us their opinion about our opportunity. We already know we have the baddest opportunity on the planet, right? But we want to see if they see the same potential I do. We ask them, what did you like best, right? So when you speak to this person, you want to show conviction. You want to show a level of commitment and belief. You're not calling them to judge your opportunity so that they can tell you whether or not you made the right decision. You want to come to them with your posture strong, saying like, I know I found thebomb.com. I just want to know if you see the same thing I do. Almost saying like, if you don't see what I see, I'm questioning why we're friends. Like, what do we possibly have in common if you can't see the vision like I do? Okay. So those are two examples of scripts that you can use with people who fall into your friendship category. The next category is curiosity. Again, this is that nosy person, that person that knows everybody's business. Or maybe someone you're like, well, they're not quite in the friendship, not quite in the need, but I kind of want to pique their interest. Here's an example. You give them a call. Again, be in a hurry. Hey, I don't have a lot of time, but I wanted to reach out to you real quick. Listen, if I could show you how to double your income without taking any risks, would that be something you'd be willing to take a look at? Right? Or would you be willing to take a look at a project I just started? Again, you want to keep it brief, keep it simple, be yourself, but keep them curious. You don't want to give out everything of what it is and how it works and it's travel, this, that, and the other. Keep it simple. If I could show you how to double your income without taking any risks, would that be something you'd be willing to take a look at? When they say, absolutely, what do you have? You say, when are you available for a phone call? You set the appointment, you send them the video, you get them on a 3-way call with your expert. Simple, okay? The last one is need. I'm sorry, it's not the last one, but the next one is need. That's that person again. You're listening to them. They told you they're getting ready to buy a house, or they told you they need to, do something. Okay, so need. You would call that person and say, listen, if I could show you how to get the money for that down payment on the house you've been talking about, would you be willing to free up some time to take a look at a project I just started? Right? They express the need. You're not coming to them just out of the blue trying to, hey, join my business. You heard them say that they needed something, and now you're saying, I have something that might be able to fill that need. Love, love, love this one. So always, listen to people, and they will tell you what they need, whether they need more money because their kid is in daycare, they need a new car, their kid is going to college. People will always they need more time, right? If they said they need more time, hey, if I could show you how to free up some of your time, would you be willing to take a look at a project I just started? If I could show you how to earn some extra income without having to get another job, right? Would you be willing to take a look at a project I just started? So find a need and fill it. Find a hurt and heal it. Find a problem and solve it. We have the solution to everybody's problem, but we have to first identify what is the problem, what is the need, what is the hurt, and then we offer our opportunity. The last category is greed. I love this one. For those of you that have done the colors training, greed, these are your red people, right? These are your people that are money motivated. These are your CEOs, your business owners, right? These are the people that they always have a side hustle. So if someone on your list that you know is money motivated, you're going to give them a call and you're going to say, listen, I don't have a lot of time, but I wanted to reach out to you real quick. If I could show you how to double your income without taking any risk, would you be willing to free up some time to take a look at a project I just started? Simple, right? It's similar. It's the same one as curiosity. Now, if you happen to know how much income that person makes, let's say you know for a fact that person earns, $3,000 a month. then you can kind of switch it up and say, hey, if I could show you how to earn an additional $3,000 a month without taking any risk, would you be willing to free up some time to take a look at a project I just started? So you can do that if you want to play the numbers game. I just say double your income, because then it doesn't matter whether they only make $2,000 a month or whether they make $10,000 a month. No matter what they make, if you say double your income, they're listening. Their ears perk up, right? Again, always lead with, I don't have a lot of time, but I wanted to reach out to you real quick, right? So don't be afraid to talk about money. Adjust the question to the prospect, posture up, and be confident. And so this is what you want to do with your list, guys. So when we're reaching out to, we enroll our new business partner, we want to sit down with them and show them how to work their list. We want to work it with them. Okay, so I'm going to jump back over here because I want to see if any of you have any questions. Let me go back here. So I'm going to check the comment screen. Do you guys have any questions so far? Hi, Kim. Hi, Crystal. Hey, Sherry. Hi, Lorraine. I see you guys. Was this helpful for you? If you have any questions, I want you to type your questions in the comments, and I'm going to turn the light on. It's getting dark in here. All right. But I want you to, if you have any questions at all, I want you to type it in the comments on Facebook so that I can answer your questions. I want to make sure you guys are getting this so that you can work your list. Hi, Susan. No questions? I'm waiting. See, I can exit full screen. This Zoom thing is pretty cool. I'm liking it. Anybody? All right, I'm going to go back over here and see if anyone has any questions. Hi, Nancy. Nancy says, what other way can you add people? So Nancy, another way that you can add people is just people that you come in contact with every day. You have to understand, guys, you are business owners now, right? So you can't be a secret agent. You have to, be sociable with people. So the next time your girlfriend says, hey, let's go out, my friend is having something downtown, or there's this band that's downtown and, let's go check them out. Don't be the homebody and say, nah, I don't want to go. I just want to sit home and do nothing. Go meet people and take your business cards with you. Strike up a conversation with people. If you meet someone new, say, hey, where you from? Always ask people where they're from. Here's a good one. When you ask people where they're from, and let's say, you meet someone, you're listening to the band, you strike up a conversation with the person next to you. You say, hey, I'm Tanisha, and you exchange names. You say, great, wait, are you from Florida? Where are you from? And they say, no, I'm from Michigan. You're like, oh, really? Wow, it's funny that you say that, because I'm actually looking for people. I'm actually expanding my business in Michigan. Do you still have family there? I'm looking for people who want some extra income. Right? Let them know, no matter where they say they live, you have a business and you're expanding in that market. And do they know anyone who is looking to earn some extra income outside of what they're already doing? Boom, you got them. They're going to be like, well, what is it? Again, you immediately set the appointment, send them the video, and get them on a 3-way call with the expert, right? So you never do business on the spot. You always set the appointment. You say, oh, great. I'm glad you're interested in the opportunity. Now's not a good time, but why don't we exchange information? And how about I give you a call tomorrow? What's a good time that you're available tomorrow? Boom, set the appointment, send the video, get them on the phone, the three-way call. Okay. Does that answer your question, Nancy? Nancy said, which card should you give them, or can you give them both? So Nancy, it really depends on which hat you're wearing that day, right? When we talk about prospecting, as far as building a network, then you want to give your Planet marketing card, right? You want to sell this person a travel agency. Now, if you are out with someone and they say, oh, me and my family are, the kids are getting ready to get out of school. We're trying to figure out where we want to go for the holiday, for summer break or whatever. I'm about to go online and book a cruise or something like that. Then, if the conversation is leaning towards travel, then you can do that. Me personally, though, Nancy, I almost never give out my travel agency card, because when someone talks to me about a trip that they're taking or something like that, my next question to them is, if I could show you a way to save money on that trip that you're planning to take anyway, would that make sense to you? So when they say yes, because of course they're going to say yes, right? And if they don't, I don't want them in my business anyway. But when they say yes, then you're going to give them the Planet marketing card, right? So now you're operating as a Planet marketing rep. The only time that I'm going to really, give my travel agency card, my Lux Platinum travel card, is if there's someone that I absolutely know that I do not want them as a business partner for whatever reason. Maybe they don't have influence, or, I don't know. There may be some reason why. Maybe I know that person's work ethic. I know them personally. I grew up with them. They have no influence. They're not about anything, but they're planning a trip. In that case, I will probably give that person, my travel agency card. But 99.9% of the time, me personally, I'm always operating as a Planet marketing rep. That is what I do. Okay. Let me see. So Kelvin has a question. He says, Tanisha, when you got started, how did you deal with the awkwardness of telling people close to you that you thought would not be open to it? Great, great question, Kelvin. So for me personally, here's where the beauty of social media comes in. All of those people that are close to me are my friends on Facebook. All of them, right? My cousins, family and friends that I grew up with, they are all on Facebook. They're all friends with me on Facebook. And to be honest with you, I personally did not reach out to them to tell them about the business. And I wasn't coachable in the beginning. So let me send that disclaimer. I didn't reach out to them because I'm like, they're not going to be interested. But guess what? I'm going to work social media. They've been following me. And here's the other thing, Kelvin. I had a health and wellness business prior to getting started here. So I was already working my social media really, really hard. That's how I built my health and wellness business. So when I came over to travel, it was a little different for me, because now, I went from health and wellness and now I went to travel, right? And so I didn't want people to say, oh, she's one of those network marketers that just goes from one opportunity to the next, to the next, to the next. So I had to kind of reinvent myself, and stop identifying myself as a health and wellness coach, right? I'm no longer a wellness coach. I had to transition, and I started identifying myself on social media as an entrepreneur. I'm the boss chick, right? And I started giving tips about, multiple streams of income. That was one of the things I talked about a lot. Multiple streams of income, how important it was to have multiple streams of income. And so for my family members, as long as they were still following me on Facebook, they saw that I was doing something. They knew I was in a business. They knew it was right. They knew because they were watching me on social media. Case in point, just 2 days ago, my cousin, I did a post on an income post on my personal page, and my cousin was the first person to respond. She said, she wanted more information. And when I called her, she said, "Cuz I've been watching you for 2 years." And I said, "Today I'm tired of what I'm doing. Today I'm going to reach out to you and find out what it is that you do." Because she sees I'm showing on social media my lifestyle of being a travel business owner. That is how you attract people. When people see you on a Monday at 11 a.m. at IKEA, with your family having a good time, and they're sitting at their desk, they're jealous. They're like, "How are you able to? Why are you not at work? I'm at work. How come you're not at work?" Right? So if you utilize social media, um, that is one way to get your family and friends to kind of see what you're doing, right? But then you just kind of reach out to them and say, "Hey, here's something that I did when I first started as well, Kelvin. I sent them messages and I said, 'Hey, listen, I started a new business. I'm expanding in your city. Do you know of anyone who is looking to earn some extra income outside of what they already do?'" That one worked well because in that case, Kelvin, I'm not I'm approaching them as, I'm not looking for you, but I'm looking for a referral from you. And a lot of times they were saying, "No, I don't know anybody." And I say, "Okay, well, I'm going to send you a quick video that kind of explains what I'm looking for, and then if you know of anybody, you can refer them to me." So I sent them the video anyway, because they're going to watch it. Right? Or they'll say, "Well, I'm looking, what do you have?" And then I say, "Oh, really? I didn't think you'd be interested. When are you available for a call?" So I immediately set the appointment, send the video, get them on a 3-way call. So does that answer your question, Kelvin? I'm trying to see all the comments here. Any other? It's weird. I'm in here, but I can't see all of your comments and questions. Okay, I think I'm in here. Okay, now I can see them. Let's see. Yeah, so Crystal said, I found it also important to get their info if they don't have a card, and ask if it's okay to follow up. Thoughts? Yes, Crystal, very good. So, for example, the guy in the Sprint store today, did I have business cards on me? Yes, I did, of course. But we have this wonderful Planet Marketing app that has the electronic business card. So I said to the guy, I said, "Oh, let me text you my business card so you have my information." And I just went to the app, hit business card, share business card, and he had to give me his first name, his last name, and his cell phone number. And that's how I got his number. He was going to give it to me anyway because he was interested in the business and what I did. But yes, it's nice to have the actual business cards, but most people throw them away. And at the end of the day, we want their contact information. So let me text you my electronic business card so we can keep in touch. And then you just pull up the app and, text them the card. They got to give you the number. Let's see. I'm looking at some other questions. Oh, so Sandra said her personal growth. She said, "Be a good listener." She said, "The UPS guy has been coming to the office twice a week for 8 months. Finally, she heard him say how he wants to stop working 12-hour shifts today. He's watching the video as we speak." Good job, Sandra. See, if you listen, people will always tell you what they need, what they want. Great job, Sandra. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Lorraine said she doesn't have a question, but she loves meeting new people. She's joined a few groups and goes out so much more. It's easy for her to now have her list grow longer and longer. Excellent, excellent. All right. I'm looking here to see if you guys have any questions. Thank you, Lorraine, for writing the 1, 2, 3 in there so people can refer back to it. Thank you. All right. I don't see any more questions. Well, guys, it is 8:03, so that concludes the training for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you got some good information. Go ahead and make your list and work it. Set a goal to schedule at least three-way calls a day. And you can see now with all this information, it should be very easy to schedule 3 calls a day, right? 3 appointments every single day. So thank you guys, and I'll be back next time.